Imagine a communist nation coming up as the world's leader, aggressively trying to change the norms, take over the world economy, and not just the economy, but also the territories in Asia. I think you can guess whom I'm talking about. The most hated country after this coronavirus pandemic, and also the cruelest nation there is, China. I love talking about this nation and its plan as I have covered the USA-China trade war, which isn't just a trade war, but a technology war, Cold War, and also a currency war. But now, it isn't just an economic war, but China wants a world war. Remember the time when USA killed the Iranian general and people went talking about the World War III? Well, the same things comes up here. But this time, it wouldn't be just USA and Iran, but USA, Japan, India, Australia, and China. I don't know how many of you are keeping an eye on China, but for the last month, China has been troubling India over a part of land in the northern India. The border that belongs neither to China nor to India, which is also known as the line of actual control, but China is being aggressive over that and wants that part of the land. As India and China have been fighting over it in a hand-to-hand battle on the border, also known as the Galwan Valley, 20 Indian soldiers lost their lives and many were injured. And about China, you know, they are the best at hiding these things and not revealing them. But now the situation has taken a deep dive, and that now China wants to participate in the Malabar Naval Exercise. The exercise Malabar is a trilateral naval exercise involving the United States of America, Japan, and India as permanent partners, which originally began in 1992 as a bilateral exercise between India and the US. But then Japan became a permanent partner in 2015, and the past non-permanent member participants are Australia and Singapore. The annual Malabar series began in 1992 and includes diverse activities ranging from fighter combat operations from aircraft carriers through maritime interdiction operations exercises, which generally means just a show off of the arms and ammunition what a country has got. This year, as China shows up for the exercise and India is retaliating this by inviting Australia to take part in this exercise and unite with the United States of America, Japan and India. And for the record, Australia hasn't taken part in this military exercise since 2007. India withdrew its invitation after Beijing was angered over the Australian warships that had attended the Bay of Bengal Exercise, which is on the eastern Indian coast. But now, fear has risen over China expanding its territories in the regions, and now Indo-Pacific powers are looking for closer cooperations to counter the communist nation. Although Australia has not yet confirmed to take part in the exercise, Indian media reported it only as a matter of time. Canberra's consideration has angered Beijing, with the state-run Global Times claiming it would pose a risk to Chinese security. They also wrote, if Australia is included in the next Malabar raid, it will be the first time that all members of the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue, an informal strategic forum between the US, Japan, Australia and India, coordinate at a military level. But the Indian Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, has been facing repeated criticism since brutal hand-to-hand conflict broke out between troops on the Himalayan border region. Mr. Modi has also been accused of a retreat that has allowed China to capitalize on the situation. However, the Indian leader has also said he is trying to de-escalate the situation. And we all know how China can be a pain in the ass. Also, Mr. Narendra Modi has reframed the events and declared it is a success story for his foreign policy. Few weeks ago, Mr. Modi made a visit to the line of actual control, which is where all these events are already taking place since 1962 Sino-Indian War, where he celebrated his version of events in front of the troops. Modi said, history has witnessed that expansionist forces have either lost or were forced to turn back. He has accused China of expansionism and stated that India has stopped this through its defensive position in the Himalayas, which it already has. And with the Malabar military exercise taking place, all the quadrilateral players would unite against the communist nation. China has been very much aggressive over being a market leader, but honestly, it doesn't deserve it. China just wants total control and nothing else. He wants to take the total freedom of the people and control all of them. And if the World War III takes place, definitely China is going to be annihilated, though it has many connections with other ancient countries. And China knows it very well. And personally, I don't think China would love to have an arms war against these major countries. But China is a hard player and a pain in the ass. If not arms, then somehow will try to force on this event, creating a mess around. Also, there was a recent news that China will help Turkey to get out of its economic crisis by bailing it out, where it will join hands with Erdoğan, the president of Turkey from the AK party. And yeah, I'll be covering this in a different episode, or all of it would just become a mess in this one. But all I can say is if Turkey join hands with China, it won't be able to survive on its own. And as I have mentioned in my last USA-China episodes, how China uses its debt trap strategy to take over many economies and territories of third world and underdeveloped countries. And yeah, one more thing, that China is also trying to take control over Taiwan and is also having a warlike situation in the Taiwanese regions, which is already creating a situation in the ancient borders. So definitely there's something big coming up. I won't say it a war, but definitely something that all countries, especially America, Japan, India and Australia, as they are on the target board of China, must be ready for. China's Sinopharm also claimed that coronavirus vaccine will be ready by the year end. Well, I guess these conspiracy theories could be right about the China, and I do believe it's them who spread this virus, and they have joined hands with the World Health Organization and Anthony Fauci and all this other stuff. But I would love to hear your thoughts on what you think would happen, and will China ever be able to be the world's leader, as now most of the hatred is for China. Send us your thoughts as a voice message on our Anchor profile. The link is given in the description. Or simply join our Reddit community and interact directly with me, as I am most active on that platform, or Instagram, as that's the most convenient for all of you. And if you haven't already subscribed to the Behind the Brains podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify or YouTube, then please do so. I'll keep bringing such political events, economic events and business related stuff on this podcast. Meet you in the next episode. Until then, keep listening, keep hustling.